Hey, what is up guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I would like to sort of address a very common question that I've been getting on my live stream every Sunday. And the question is whether or not college is important if you kind of want to become an iOS engineer. So in today's video, I'm going to go through a couple of reasons why I think college is still very important, and then also some of the things that I find to be sort of a waste of time when you're taking your college courses and graduating with a computer science degree. So one thing that you'll notice in today's video that's different is this microphone here, which is a Blue Yeti microphone. I'm just trying to test out the audio quality for you guys and see if it's a little bit better. I'm only doing this because I don't have to sort of mess with the screen recording and try to do a lot of things at the same time. So let's see, what is the very most important part about going to college for your computer science degree? Well, I think the most important thing is that we get to learn how to program. So when I went to college, I learned how to program with Java, C, C++, and Scheme and Lisp and all this good stuff, right? And if you don't go to college, you really don't get the proper exposure to all that. And at the same time, you learn about data structures, algorithms, and compilers and database, all this really good stuff. And in 2017, I believe the curriculum now includes how to learn how to program with mobile devices and mobile development in general. So that's really helpful. And if you don't go to school, you don't really get all of that education and experience. Okay, so on the flip side, the major issue I have with colleges and four-year degree programs is that most of the time you find yourself taking very unrelated courses, such as things like philosophy, art history, and humanities, etc. And most of these classes don't really impact you as a software engineer. Now, I understand the argument that we all want our students to come out with a well-rounded sense of, the world, but you find that those courses are, for the most part, kind of a waste of time for all of us there, right? Most of the students that are studying to get a degree, they kind of just want to have a job whenever they kind of finish the program. Okay, so moving on, the other thing that I find really useful about going to college is that college really trains you on how to hammer away at a computer for 8, 9, 10 hours a day in order to get your computer program to finally compile and then run and then solve whatever problem you need to solve. The common misconception is that software engineers are extremely smart, right? And they assume that all of these programmers can sit down and program and write out the entire algorithm in one shot. And that's just simply not the case. We spend a lot of time just solving a couple of simple and hard problems, and it takes a lot of time. If you're not used to this style of programming and working hard to get a program to run, you're not really going to get very far in terms of your career inside of software engineering. Okay, so now let me talk about another issue that I have with these four-year degree programs. And the problem is that you'll find yourself taking a lot of courses sort of at the same time as a, quote-unquote, full-time student. And the issue is that you have a lot of things to do at the same time. For example, you are required to sort of take these quizzes every week or two, exams, projects, midterms, and finals, right? All this stuff all happens at the same times, perhaps the middle of the semester or at the very end of the semester. And this is extremely stressful, and I don't think it's a good way for kind of students to be graded based on just having everything crammed down their throats at the same time. Okay, so now I want to talk about something else that I found very useful about going to college. And I think that a lot of the professors and the lectures that they give you during your college courses, for the most part, I didn't really learn so much from those lectures. And what I've learned about myself is that my personal learning style is not to, listen to a bunch of theory. The only way that I learn, and the best learning style for me, was to sit down and work on these complicated algorithms and these problems just sitting alone by myself. Nothing else for me really works. And that's something that I kind of took away from going to college and made me a lot more successful in my professional engineering career. Okay, so the last thing I want to mention that is a bit of a flaw about the college degree program is that I feel like the 4 to 5 years that's required of you to get a degree and get that diploma is just way too long. I think this is probably due to all of the unrelated courses that you have to take. And I think, in my opinion, the amount of time that you spend doing all that, you can actually cram everything else, everything of the computer science program in just 1 to 2 years. And, if you only had to take 1 or 2 years of college, you wouldn't have to accumulate all that debt that comes with being a student and comes with getting a degree, and then graduating, having to pay off this student debt. Okay, so that's going to be it for today's video. I really feel like it turned into more of a rant than anything else. Last thing I do want to mention about going to college is that it's still very important to have a degree in order to get your first job as a junior software developer. And the reason is because a lot of the things that they test you for during these job interviews is kind of your understanding of algorithms and data structures, right? And a lot of these companies, they really want you to understand this stuff before they allow you to program certain features into their applications. And if you don't understand this stuff, they really won't trust you to kind of mess with their $1 million software program. The other thing that I want to mention about college is that a lot of companies work together with universities to provide things like internships for students. So if you don't go to college, you kind of cheat yourself out of those opportunities. All right, so hopefully you found this rant helpful. If you like the audio quality coming out of this microphone, you can buy this mic using the link in the description below. And that's going to be it. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye, guys.